Right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. This one is going to be quite a fun one for me and hopefully fun for you to watch, because I'm going to be transplanting all of these guys out of here. Ow. I already just stabbed myself in the face because they are getting too big. The aloe, I'm going to put it in its own pot, and then all the other cacti are going back in here, I think. I did bring some other pots up to give myself options, but yeah, I've brought up these two little pots here because I may potentially put some of the other ones in these instead of back into that container. And then the aloe is going into this larger pot here because I keep seeing people's aloes in really big pots and they just look so nice, like on their own. So that's what I'm going to do with mine, and hopefully it enjoys it. If you guys have noticed, I made a t-shirt. I've only made this so that I don't have to keep choosing. Like, I literally spend 20 minutes before every video trying to find a top to wear. So I thought if I just make one that has the name on it, then it saves that hassle. So, but let me know what you guys think of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna be. I'm scared. I'm scared of doing this. I'm scared of taking these apart. I'm scared of that opuntia there, and you can see how big it is. That has grown like that would look really nice on its own in one of those pots actually, and then I could put it somewhere away, like far away. But the spines on those are so tiny, and when you get them in your skin, it's just almost impossible to get them out. So you have that to look forward to, and my hair is blowing around because I've got a fan on because it is ridiculously hot. So yeah, just all that information to hold on to. Just right, I'll go with showing you what soil I've got. I'll try and show you without getting it everywhere. I've just mixed up some multi-purpose compost with a lot of gravel and sharp sand, and that is what I'm going to be using for all of these. I'm also going to be transplanting my agave into one of those pots, which I'll just grab. Right, so this agave here is growing really nicely this year. He's put on a lot of new growth, and he doesn't have any scale anymore. He had some scale on him when he was in my room, and then I put him outside. I've kind of got off all the scale I could see, and it doesn't seem like they've come back, so he's looking really good, and he's going to be going in one of these pots. So I just thought that looked really nice with a bit of gravel as like a top dressing. But I'll do that after, because I know the most interesting part of this video is going to be getting all those cacti out of that container. So I'm going to rearrange the camera, try to sort this out because I've got this really small floor space in my room. I'm not doing it in the garden just because it's so hot outside, but there is a massive spider that's living in this planter. I don't know if you can see the webs. No, you can't, but like there's a big spider in there and I'm worried that I'm going to run into it. So yeah, anyway, I'll turn the camera around and we'll get on with this. Right, so I've decided that I'm going to put these leather gloves on. If I can get them on, they're so hard. Just to minimise the risk of the inevitable, which is that I'm going to get spiked. I don't mind getting spiked by these guys, but this one I don't want. And I'm also going to try to use this. I'm kind of accepting the fact that I'm going to be damaging quite a few of the roots, so if I just accept that, then it'll allow me to get it done a bit better, I think. I mean, that makes sense to me. I might try and get the whole lot out of the pot and then I could tease it apart. That may be a good idea. But how that's going to happen, I'm not sure, because it's all inside this plastic bag. Oh no. I don't know. If I could lift the aloe, maybe it'll lift it all out. Alright, I think that might work actually. If I just lift the aloe up. Oh my god. Right. The webs. Can you see the webs now? That's disgusting. Cool, perfect. Empty pot. And then I can just lay this all down, and then I can separate it all. I mean, it's going to make a mess, but hey, look, I've got this lovely little pre-cut out mat to get the soil all on. It's like it was planned. Right, okay, so these small aloes should be, I'm going to take these off for a minute. These small aloes should separate quite easily. Oh god. Right. So if I can just try to, I probably should have watered this just a little bit before. Right, if I can tease this out. I have to break that main root that is attached to the mother plant with. There we go. Oh. Right. There's that guy. Is that in frame? Yeah, I'm going to change the camera angle just so that it can get a bit closer. Right, so that's one there. I'll pop that to one side for the moment, and just so that I can focus on all of this. I'm going to get that little tiny opuntia out next. Let me try and do this without touching it. This was a leaf that just came, I pulled off of that and then stuck it in the soil one time, and I don't want to say I regret it, but okay, this dirt is so hard. Let me try and get these other aloes out. I don't mind if I lose one of these by accident really, but I prefer not to, but I just need to get them out. Oh, there we go, it's got loads of roots. So there's another guy. These are pretty good size as well, so I mean, I'll pop them up and keep them. Maybe I'll give some away to friends and that sort of thing. Come on. Oh, I think I've just like taken off most of his roots. I may just get rid of this little one. Sorry, you're not loved here. Oh, can I? No, don't even try it. Excuse me. There we go. He's got a root. He's got some roots. This looks like plant torture, but I'm gonna get rid of that to one side. I'm not saving him, I don't think. Right, there we go. Now I can work a little bit safer. If I try and get this one out next. Like I say, I'm damaging some of the roots and I'm like fully aware, but I just want to get these out. Oh, these are rooted in so bad. Well, so good, I guess. Here we are. They're fairly, cacti are fairly shallow rooted usually. There we go. Oh, there's an aloe root going through it, that's what's making it so difficult. Right, there we go. There's that guy. Like, sorry if I'm looking like I'm absolutely abusing these, but there is not really any other easy option. I've lay that down to one side. These have grown so much. Right, and then this last aloe here. Oh, I've still got to tackle that guy. I'm so scared of that. Oh, I haven't run into the spider yet, speaking of being scared. I've not seen him. You can see that all the roots, there's so many. Ah, no. There's a spike in my finger. I should probably be wearing the gloves. I mean, that makes sense, wouldn't it? I'll leave that one for now because that's just going to be so, like, this is rock solid. Let's go for this guy next. Alright, I think the gloves are going to go on this time. If I pull this a little closer. Yep. Right, the gloves are going on because I can see it happening. I think if I was watching this video, I'd feel a bit on edge. I'd feel a bit scared because you basically know what's going to happen. It's like watching a horror film. You know it's going to happen, it's just when. I don't want to I mean, I can touch it with this, but I don't really want to, just in case it gets stuck in my gloves as well. If I grab some newspaper, I'll wrap it up and then I'll be able to move it. Okay, so I don't have any newspaper, but I do have this anthropogenic soils piece of paper. Let's try and get it through here and round. Oh my god. Yeah, so look, I just touched it, and look at all those spines that just got into that. Like, that would be my finger if I wasn't wearing gloves. This is lethal. Right. What do I do with that? Okay, just ignore it. Oh. I don't even want to play with this. I don't want to do this. Okay, there we go. That felt like it did something. Right, let's get this guy out. Yay. Thank you for not being so difficult. Oh, this one actually has a dead snail on it. Can you see there? That little dead snail where it got caught in the spines. Rest in peace, little guy. Right, I'll lay that one down too. See, they're all being so, like, fine. It's just that one. So maybe, like, I don't want to chuck it away because it's so big. And it does look nice. It's just terrifying. I can't really get that paper around. I mean, I don't really know what my plan was here. No, I've just got a horrible cacti wrapped in paper. Well, at least I can touch it, like, here. Try to pull it apart, maybe. There we go. Okay, right. I'm just gonna pull, I think. Yeah? Is this what you guys would do? Probably not. Jesus. Oh my god. Right, there we go. And that is the opuntia. Oh, where do I put it now? Right. If I just lay it down on the paper and hope for the best. Wow. Now that, like, I'm not even funny, that is a beautiful plant. Doesn't that look so nice, but terrifying. There we go. Watch me find spines all in my room for the next, like, 3 weeks. Okay, now for the last little guy. This is actually I think my favourite cacti that's in here because of that lovely blue colour. Like, you guys will probably know that I keep going on about blue plants. Like, I just love the colours. Like blue hostas, my favourite. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for... Wow, look at the size of that. Now these were... I bought these from B&Q and they were about the size of my little finger in this glove. They were tiny and I've had them, I think, about 2 years. 2 years? Maybe 3 at a push. But they've just grown so much. They've really loved being in this. And you see this soil here is really gritty, really sandy and stony. And I've just really enjoyed that. So I'm going to replicate exactly that. Obviously in different pots. So let me put this one down and then we'll get on with it. And I still haven't found that spider yet, which is good. But again, I don't know where it is. Okay, so I've got the name labels here too, which I think Mammillaria, I think that's the fatter one. And then we have, yeah, opuntia microdazes yellow, something like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the aloe first, get the aloe in that pot, and then we can get focus on all the other ones. Right. I've got a little crock to go in the bottom just so that the soil doesn't fall through. I would like to try and get a bit more of the soil off of this. So maybe I can get some of it off of it into here. It's really dry. I do want to get that baby off as well, but I don't know whether maybe I'll be better off just leaving it. Right, I'm just going to loosen a lot of this soil and then I'll come back. Right, so I've got a lot of the soil off there and I'm going to wrap these roots underneath itself just for the ease of transplanting, basically. Yeah, I've got my little crock in there and then I'm going to tip this soil in. do about that much for now, and then see how high it comes up, because I don't want it to be too high out of the pot. Oh, and it's not really going to be very centered because of how its root ball is. If I can try and tease that a little bit more. Ow, I can feel spikes in my finger. Please don't be the tiny ones. I don't mind the big ones because you can get those out easy. You can see them, but it's the ones you can't see. Okay, I think it's going to have to be a bit off-centered because it's just not going to sit properly, only because of the roots. Right, so I think that's about as centered as it's going to get. So I'm just going to backfill. I'll do this side first because this is the side that's kind of resisting. I've made such a mess on my floor, but hey ho. Might as well add to the mess. I didn't mean to do that. Not quite that literally, I didn't mean. Right, there we go. Filling around this side. And then I'm going to top dress with gravel. Well, actually I may not, only because then I'll be able to get a better gauge of how wet it is or how dry it is. Whereas if I've got gravel on the top, I won't be able to see. Just pat it in there nicely. Just add a little bit more around the top. There we go. I think that's going to do for now. I mean, it's not super centered, but it's definitely going to enjoy that a lot more now that it's got all that new nutrients, the new root space, and yeah, now it's on its own. And I didn't run into that spider, which I'm happy about, so let's move that out of the way. Oh. Right, I think I'm going to turn the camera around and do it at a different angle now. Right, now to replant this container, I'm going to be adding, because the root systems were fairly shallow on the majority of those, I'm going to just add a fair bit of soil first, and then we can work around that, and it will keep this plastic bag held in place. I can feel a spine in me somewhere. There it is. I placed that plastic bag in there because the wood is not waterproof, and it worked pretty well because I've had that container for about 2.5 years, I think, something like that. And I think I'm going to place the aloes back in here, or maybe I'll put one back in here with the other cacti, and I think that'll be fine. I'm going to use my hand because scooping that is a lot quicker. There we go. A little bit more. Right, now that gives me a bit of a base to plant the plants in. So we'll go with the aloes first. I'm going to stick an aloe in the same spot that it was before because I did like it in the back there. So let's plant him really close to the edge, up a little higher, because I'm going to be adding a bit more dirt in there. So I'll just plant him a little high. Stay there. And then we're going to go with, I'm kind of just going to be winging this because I'm not really sure why. Well, I didn't really make a plan. This guy here is is really chunky, that one. I like that. It did grow really big. I'm going to plant him in this corner back where he was. If I just stick a glove on. There we go, now I can hold it. And I can hopefully not get spiked. Right. I'll dig out just a little. How do I want it sitting? Kind of like that. No, I think I want him a bit more like, no. More like that? Or like that. I think we'll go with that. No, how did I just have it? Yeah, I think we'll go with this, like this. If I kind of loosen up this and then I can put it a little closer to the front. Yeah, like that, that would be good. Holding very gently. Get some of that in behind him just to prop him up. I don't know if I like it there. Ow, I can feel spikes again. I don't think I like it there, but I'm going to go with it for now, because I remember when I first planted this up I didn't like it, and then it kind of grew on me. Right, so now we have this very, very tall one here, which I think this one can come... I think this one goes in like the back middle. I don't know how I've not hurt myself yet. About there. With cacti, you want to make sure you don't plant it any deeper than the surface, because if you accidentally plant them too deep, they will start to rot from the base. So you want to make sure you keep the surface level exactly the same when you transplant it. There we go. I feel like there's going to be a bit of a gap in the middle. I'm going to stick another one of these aloes in here. I think over this side. No, actually, no, I won't do that just yet. Right, for the blue cactus next. And this one is going to go in the back corner here. Okay, now I'm going to hurt myself. How can I do this one-handed? I mean, I could put my other glove on, that would make sense. These may need to be stabilised, like they may need to be propped up for a while, just because I've obviously pretty much destroyed all of their deep roots. So they've only got like shallow roots at the moment. Ow! There we go, right. If I just get a bit of... Yeah, look, he's gonna prop over. If I just gently hold him, get some soil in behind there. And then when I put the gravel in here, it'll definitely help hold him up as well. Like that. I mean, I'm not sure. Like that. I mean, it's definitely not going to look as good as it did before. And yeah, I'm not going to put... Ow, my fingers. I'm not going to put the opuntia back in here. Maybe I'll stick the little one in here just for the sake of it, because he's very small. Watch me regret this in years to come. Oh yeah, I just got my finger stabbed. I don't know if you can see. You see those tiny hairs there? Yeah, they are no fun. Let me just try and get those out. Right, so I'm just going to add maybe one more aloe here, and then that'll be it for now, I think. I'll go with this aloe. Yeah, and then I'll put up all the other plants into separate planters, different containers. If I try and get you in here. Which I've run out of dirt. So I'm going to need to go and make some more. Right, that's going to do it for now. Yeah, that's going to do it for now. I'm going to need to go get some more soil. But, I mean, definitely doesn't look as impressive as it did before, but we've got the huge aloe now in that container, and then the opuntia is going to go into one of those containers, I think. Yeah, because then I can stick it right at the back of my greenhouse, where I won't accidentally rub against it. And then the aloe can go out on the patio. Right, so I'm going to add some gravel just around the edges. Well, around the top. Just as a bit of mulch. Oh, I've buried that opuntia a little bit too deep, but let's see it may be a blessing. Right, here we are. I'm out of breath because I just ran up and down the stairs. Get some of this gravel in here, and that'll make it definitely look a lot more pleasing to the eye. Sorry, little opuntia. Let's get some behind this aloe over here. There we go. Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. Hopefully they don't stress out too much over the transition. But like I say, these things are very, very hardy, and they've spent basically, ouch, all year. Oh, I think I've only watered them a couple of times, which is not really ideal, but it just goes to show how hardy they are. They've been watered maybe 3 times since going out in my greenhouse. And that was that in maybe February or something, so there we are. That'll do for now. I think that looks quite nice actually. Oh, and the finishing touch to add my little decoration. That can go back there. No, that can go there. Yeah, that'll do for now. Cool, I think that looks quite nice. And it's a lot more spacious, and what is this? Little stone on there. Ow. Yeah, that looks really nice. Let me know what you guys think of that. Yeah, cool. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the opuntia and agave. Right, so I'm going to pot up the agave next, because the opuntia is still like, I'm just still dreading that a little bit. So the hole in this one is very small, so I'm not going to use any sort of crock. Yeah, so I'm just going to half fill this container, and then it's going to be interesting to see what sort of root system, how big the root system is on this guy. Because like I say, I've had, well, I don't know if I've said this before, but I've had this since I got it from a tiny little like pup from an adult agave. And he's just grown so much, so it's going to be interesting. I'll try and insert a picture of how big it was when I first got it, because it is quite like funny and interesting actually how much it's grown. Oh, I've just seen it does have a couple of scales still. I'll show you guys. Right, so the root system is doing really well. You can see it's not outgrown this pot at all, and there are some quite thick roots at the bottom, so that's really nice. But if you see here on this leaf by my thumb, you see there's 2 scale there, and then some tiny ones next to it. You want to get rid of those if you have those. If you're not sure what they are scale. They're not necessarily terrible. When you've only got a couple of them, they're okay. Well, they're not okay. You want to get rid of them no matter what, but they're not detrimental to the plant's health when there's only a couple of them. But they do breed and spread, and you don't want there to be a lot of them, because they can kind of compromise the plant. Let's try and just get some of this, gently teasing off some of this. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm just gently teasing off some of this soil. You can see I've just potted it in normal potting compost here, and it's done absolutely fine. I only had some gravel on the bottom, so I think it's definitely going to enjoy this next potting mix quite a bit better. So I've half filled that pot there, and then I'm just going to see if this goes all the way down, making sure I'm getting all the roots in the pot and the gravel. So there we go. I think that's I think I'll add just a tiny bit more underneath there, just bring it up just a tiny bit, because I do want it to be protruding the pot just a bit. There we go, that's a better height. And then I'll put some nice gravelly mix around. Making such a mess. I don't know if this is going to be like infuriating to watch, because I know sometimes when you watch people potting up their plants, it's like, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And that's probably me right now. Yeah, like that. But I'm working off of, I'm too hot in this bedroom, and if I just leave a little bit of space at the top there, then I can add some shingle around the top. I do have some here. I've only got a little bit left to see if it'll go all the way. I'm not so sure about this colour shingle, to be honest. With this agave, I think maybe like a grey shingle would look a bit nicer. But for now, I think that's going to be nice. And I'll water that over so all the dirt like that's on the leaves will come off. There we are. I think that looks really nice. It makes the agave look a lot bigger than it is. But yeah, that's nice. That's like a presentable plant now. So now I can pot that in the garden nicely. I need to get that scale off as well, which won't be a problem. I'll just do that off camera afterwards. Okay, cool. Right, now the final plant that I'm dreading. Right, so again, I'm just going to half fill this this container here. That will probably do. And then I'm going to try and grab it with the paper around it again. There we go. And I'm just going to hold it in. Oh, just going to try and lower it down without touching it. Like that. I think that will do. Will it stand by itself? I don't know if I want to risk it. Is it even in frame? Only just. Move it back ever so slightly. I'm going to try and use a bit more gritty soil now, just to make sure it doesn't fall over, because the stones can wedge in the side of the pot. Okay, if I can remove that. That's covered in little tiny spines, that bit of paper. Please don't attack me, please don't attack me, please don't attack me. Wow, that looks so nice in that pot. Get all that gravel down there. It's kind of leaning. Maybe I'll rearrange it just ever so slightly. Try and make it come this way a little more. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. Oh, this is nice. It's a nice cactus. Is it a cactus or is it a euphorbia? It's a opuntia, isn't it? Really, like they are attractive to look at. But everyone I know, people I know that have kept these, have got rid of them afterwards. Oh, and there's a root sticking up. Let's try and bury you. There we go. That's gonna do. I don't know how I didn't get injured. I mean, it's not too soon. I mean, I won't speak too soon. And then I'll probably spray that down with the hose, just to get all of the soil off of the pads. Oh, that looks really nice. Let me lift the camera just slightly. There we go. That looks really nice in that pot. I think that suits it, and it looks really big. Cool. I think that's a good job done. Right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I think I'm pretty happy with how they look like at the moment. I can feel little tiny spikes in me here and there, but compared to what it could have been, I was expecting I was going to get a face full of it, to be honest. So I'll just quickly show you guys everything again. So we've got the planter here. That looks really nice. It looks really good with the gravel over the top, and I mean, yeah, it looks really nice. Happy with that. Then obviously my aloe here, which is looking sun stressed. It just needs a bit more frequent watering, and it'll be absolutely fine. It'll green up again. This is just sun stress, and where I don't really water it that much. But yeah, he's looking good, and I'm going to give that a gravel topping as well. I think I've decided, because it's going to look really nice. But yeah, he's going to look really good in that pot once he grows into it properly and opens his leaves out a little more. And then my agave, that just looks lovely in that pot. I'm sure you guys will agree. Love that one. If you guys know the name of this agave, please let me know, because I don't know the actual cultivar name of this one. So if you guys are familiar with agave names, just let me know if you know. Then that would be greatly appreciated. Oh, I'm so hot and my top is getting all creased up. And then the last thing is the opuntia, which at the beginning of the video was my least favourite, and I have to say it looks really good in that tall pot, because it's a very tall cacti, a very tall opuntia. That just looks really effective in that pot. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I'm going to keep it. I know I've fretted to get rid of this a couple of times, but I'm definitely going to keep it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me get attacked by cacti, which weren't too bad. I can feel them in my arm. But yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.